I think the key issue for students in understanding academic integrity is seeing the value of the task we're setting them. So I think as academics we need to be very proactive in saying, you know, this is why I'm setting you this piece of work, this is what you're going to learn from it, and here when you go out to industry this is why it will be useful. So they're very clear on why, you know, it's not just to fill time or, you know, it's actual value to it. In my experience, an annual complaint of students year in, year out is that there isn't enough thought put into how assessments are scheduled, so everything is due in the last 2 or 3 weeks of term. And with the best will of the world, you know, you can produce schedules and then deadlines will change, various things that are happening. But I think if at the very beginning it is very clear to students, here are all of the assessments you'll have to do, here's what the schedule is, and they can see that you actually have thought about the best way of scheduling this and you have considered the student perspective. So you're getting their buy-in from the beginning. I think that helps as well.
Getting students to understand the importance, I think, again goes to that beyond the work, beyond the university setting and a workplace setting. And I think any real-world scenarios provide the best example for students. So it's not just something that stuffy old academics want, it's something that employers want, and that regardless of where you are going, you're going to have to write, you're going to have to communicate, and you will have to reference other people throughout your career.
I think one of the most effective ways that we can encourage students to understand the importance of academic integrity is to talk about the risks involved. And I tend to think about these risks in terms of private risk and public risk. From a private risk point of view, obviously there's the risk of them getting caught, there's the risk of them being found out by their friends if they're contract cheating, there's the risk of being blackmailed or dobbed in by their friends or the people who've done the work for them. But ultimately the biggest private risk for them is not doing the learning. If they're graduating with a degree and they go into the world of work and they can't do what their degree says they can do, then they're putting themselves at huge risk. But there's also the public risk. You know, it's easy to think about nurses and engineers and aviation experts, nuclear power plant engineers, but in fact everything we warrant from a university comes with a risk. Think about primary school teachers, personal financial management, human resource managers. Everything we graduate should come with the skills that we warrant that they've got by getting that qualification.
If we want students to understand the importance of academic integrity, we have to make sure that we behave with respect to academic integrity the way we want them to behave. So it starts with us, with the personal example. Unfortunately, personal example is not enough. So just because I, as a lecturer, you know, standing in front of the class, do the right thing, doesn't necessarily mean they will do the right thing. However, the opposite is unfortunately true. If I start doing wrong things, they will have no incentive to do right things. So the first steps is with us, doing the right thing, not discriminating students, marking them properly, not adjusting research results so we get published, we get grants awarded. So that's where everything starts. Beyond that, we have to cope with a number of problems, like, you know, large student numbers, the pressure to graduate, pressure on students to graduate on time, to get high marks, and we have to find a way to reconcile those pressures with the standards required from each graduate.
Students need to know that academic integrity training is necessary to engage with it in the first place. So especially the increasing awareness, if it comes from students themselves, from students to students, it tends to be more effective, I think, rather than a staff-student information, if the information goes from staff to students. So increasing awareness is definitely one of the major things that needs to be addressed. Academic integrity, if there are resources that students can dip in and dip out, so that they can use it when they need it, rather than given at one go, and then if you want to if you have a doubt, where do you go to? So having resources and signposting resources to students so that they can use it when they need it will also help.
How can we not encourage students to care about academic integrity and its importance? I think every student has a natural sense of the importance of this topic. It's just up to us to facilitate that curiosity, that willingness to learn and know more. And yeah, it's a natural predisposition to be to want to contribute ethically to student life, to society at large, and by giving students real life examples, engaging them in topical debates and showing them how important integrity issues are in their everyday experiences, in what they read about in the newspapers, in what they will encounter in their professional lives on a daily basis. That's how you can really make them feel that it matters, and that their professional lives are not whole or not complete if they do not internalize this integrity awareness.